The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, good evening, race fans, and welcome to another fantastic Tuesday night Short Track Showdown Series round number 2. Southern National Motorsports Park. 15 super late model stock cars have checked in for tonight's action. We have been drivers getting around the track. Cut things down in about 5 minutes after their pre-race drivers meeting right now, watching last week's, or 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, winner, 16 car of Chase Lewis. But if I had a pretty good run, got into some trouble a couple of weeks ago, and then it just calmed down. Back, got the car all put back together. Looking for the 12 car. He said he might miss this week's race. I was wanting to see how many body panels he had replaced on that car without painting them. Gonna be a pretty good one. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Dirt Racing Daily, getting steps closer and closer to becoming DRN. Don't worry, guys, we're still on Dirt Racing. Expanded our horizons a little bit. Baker. I've seen Baker have really good runs, be in contention, and then bad things seem to happen to that. I know John has fans that watch. Guys, don't be afraid to tell us where you're watching from. If you're on Facebook, make sure you drop by the Facebook page. Make sure you follow every time we go live for any kind of sporting event. If you're on YouTube and Twitch, hit that subscribe button. We've seen Jeff have up and down races. A lot of these guys run on the MARS too. The Sunday night as well. So, old familiar faces, familiar names, familiar cars. Jason Yates. Tommy Smith, throwback car. Well, let's go take care of this real quick. Thought we'd already done that, but I guess we missed the button. These guys will chat it up during the race, and that's good. The drivers can talk to each other. We'll see Josh Broadwell in the 99 car. Information. This is just about 3/8 of a mile. It's got some pretty good banking to it. The temperature is 121 degrees out on the track. 85 for the air temp, 67% humidity. Should be interesting. One set of tires that these guys have. About 2 minutes, they'll head in for their drivers' meeting. We'll get things kicked off with invocation national anthem while they're doing that. And we will get ready for qualifying. They will invert the heat races. It's a 20-5 lap. How they started the feature. 25 lap sprint or heat race. Take 5 oil changes. Guys, do not be afraid to say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from, especially. Let's see how much of a roll light audience we can go. Tomorrow night, possibly Mighty Midget Series on Thursday. We're going to try to take a peek right at warm-up time for those guys and see what their car count looks like, and try to get a bunch of cars and have some fun. Sunday night, MARS Touring Series back on track. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday next week. All DSRL special event, King of the Wing for the 3 nights. You're going to have the King of the Wing kickoff. Tim Sims Front Row Challenge on Monday night, 305 Wing Sprint Cars at Modelland Park. Turn around on Tuesday night, do the Raging Cajun ASCS Classic, 360 Wing Sprint Cars from Lucas Oil Speedway. All connected. And on Wednesday night, the big one, Jason Johnson Memorial 5th Annual. For that, a few previous guests have quite a few prizes for the drivers, and cap off King of the Wing. If they're in the feature, they'll score points towards that overall title, and whoever has the most points at the end of the 3 nights from the features will be crowned the 2023 DSRL King of the Wing. So, a lot going on. Make sure that you mark your calendars, tune in for that. That'll all be DRN. I think we got a couple of different guys covered. Going to have Zach Krieger, I believe, on Monday night. And then he will join K.R. Stolfus in the booth on Tuesday, Wednesday. So, a lot going on. Drivers headed in for the drivers' meeting, and that means that it is time for our opening ceremony. So we will let public address take it away, and we'll be back for qualifying when it's over.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, big thank you to the Foley boys, as always. Drivers still in the drivers' meeting, about to wrap that thing up. They will go straight to the qualifying session. Saw some likes come through. See, we got quite a few viewers in here, guys. So welcome if it's your first time, especially. Don't be afraid to speak out in the chat. I can see all three chats. I can see Twitch, I can see YouTube, and I can see the Facebook pages. Got a favorite driver you're cheering for? Let us know who that is. These guys are going to get out here. It's going to be mass qualifying. They're going to all do it at once, but they really individually have the track to themselves, so they won't see the other drivers. It won't affect their racing line or interfere with them being able to run clean laps. So it'll happen pretty quick, 2-3 minutes, and then they're going to invert the entire field. And these guys are going to race for 25 laps. Figure out what the starting lineup will be for the big 40-lap feature, and qualifying now getting ready to kick off. We're just going to watch and see how many drivers, where they go. Seeing Garrett Boyd. Going to be, looks like maybe the first or second to roll out here. Yates, Baker, runner. Austin Demore is out as well. We didn't look at his car when we were out there during the warm-up. There's the 3 machine of Demore. Looks like we got it to stick pretty good down the bottom of turns 1 and 2. Couldn't get it to do so in 3 and 4. Looks pretty good. Demore, one of the probably second there. He is only a 100th off of Baker. Turnmeyer, third quickest. Baker already got a 4 on his second lap. Is that lap going to be quicker? No. 14.68. In fact, mirrored his time. Let's go see what Reed Rundle can do. Rundle up high in the marbles. Gets off the corner, gets on to timing. Josh Broadwell jumped to the 4th spot. Andrew Perry, number 33, 5th quickest. First lap, 4. Reed Rundle, 3rd quick. 1467. 2 100s off of pole time. He's trying to get down tight there in 3 and 4, shorten the track, get out of turn 4. He slowed down about a tenth almost. So let's see what Jesse Thomas can do. Looks like he's going to be the last one to roll out. So Baker, Demore, and Rundle 1, 2, 3 right now. Points for qualifying. So it makes it worth it for these guys to go and qualify, even though they got to go to the back if they're on top of that chart right now. First lap for Jason Thomas. And Thomas 14th quick, 14.93, about 3/10 off. A little over quarter second, closer to 3/10. Really missed the entry in 3, really missed the exit in 4, and missed it so bad that that car might be done. So Peter Brees. Brees has already completed his time 10th quick right now. Brees is down here rolling some extra laps. Trying to maybe get a little bit more comfortable. Has had good runs. Each and every week has had a good run in that 74 car. Just has not been able to seal the deal. And be one of the consistent top 3 guys every week. He did get a win in the short season over MARS. So, all right, we're going to get ready to run through the lineup. Just waiting for cars to start gridding out, and they are. So we'll take a look. They will line up with Connor Smith in the 98 on pole, John Brunner the 46 to the outside. Your second row for the 25-lap sprint. Jesse Thomas 97 inside, 24 Brandon Slow on the outside. Chase Lewis 35 car inside. I'm very quiet tonight. I don't know why. I haven't changed anything. My microphone's the same. It's the 35 with Chase Lewis inside row number 3, and he's got Garrett Boyd in the 21 next to him. 74, Peter Brees, watched him in qualifying there, or post-qualifying, I guess. He starts inside row number 4 with Jason Yates in the 8 car on his outside. And you're going to see the 33 of Andrew Perry right next to the 99 of Josh Broadwell. Marvin Turnmeyer, 7th row inside in the 16 car, and he'll have Reed Arundel on his outside. And then Austin Demore, the 3 car, inside the back row, and he'll have Nick Baker in the 89. Baker, quickest in qualifying, so starts in the very last starting position for the 25-lap sprint. Everybody finally gridded out. We'll roll all 16 cars for a couple of pace laps. Get rid of the pace truck. Get this show started. Am I better, Potato? Does that bring me up a little more, or should I turn the cars down? Don't want to be overpowered by the cars, but I do not want to overpower the cars either. Potato over watching on the YouTube. Thank you for letting me know the YouTube channel is still alive over there. Appreciate that. Lights off on the pace truck. He'll dip off down here. Turn number 4. We're green flag imminent with Brunner and Smith off the front row. 25 lap. Going to be a 20 lap sprint. We're going to go back and look. I thought it said 25 lap sprint. No, it does. It says 20 lap. I'm crazy. I just write things and then I forget what to write. Green flag is out. Lap 1 is going to go in the books, and it looks like Brunner had it by just a skosh as Smith got loose out of turn number 4. And maybe that second groove is really going to be quick here. Brunner's going to clear, and Thomas is trying to work it right now. Lewis down on the bottom. Chase Lewis works to the inside. He'll take third away off the bottom from Thomas. So Brunner, Smith, Lewis, Thomas, Brees into the 5th spot, and he's got company on the high side as Brandon Slope, the 24. Oh, car sideways. That didn't look good. We'll go back. We're going to take a look. It's going to be Connor Smith. And we are going to watch Connor, the 98. That's the green car. Down the corner, tries to go under Brunner. He got a little help. And the car behind him got some help as well. And then Marvin Turnmeyer backed right over. Looked like they were trying to stack cars up on the backstretch, literally. So issues in the sprint race already. Garrett Boyd is on pit road. Chase Lewis is on pit road. Lewis was the car that turned Smith and then got turned himself. And I'm not sure if he didn't get turned by maybe the car. I thought Peter Brees was the car right behind him that maybe turned him. It looks like DeMoore, 3 car, rolling back onto the track, trying to beat the pace truck. Jason Yates is rolling into his pit stop. Brandon Slope also trying to get there. Looks like maybe the 21 of Boyd got himself back out. He'll drop to the back. So we'll try to get the field set. Brunner is still out in front. Then Thomas, Breeze, Payne, Rundle, the top 5. Broadwell, Baker, Werdeman, Perry, Turnmeyer, DeMoore, Slope, Boyd, Yates, Smith. Chase Lewis does not look like 35 car is going to make it back onto the racing surface, at least not for the moment. That car damaged front, back, and at least the right side. I haven't been able to see the left side of that car. And I don't think we're going to be able to see that.
All right, man. Light you back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
So now 35 car going to roll. A lot of damage on it. Hopefully all the fenders are off the tires. He won't cut one down and finish that thing off because he's going to still be eligible to run in the 40-lap feature tonight. One of the reasons we do it the way we do it here. Give everybody a chance to be in the front.
Light you back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
Looks like we're going to let the lights go off on the pace truck this time. It looks like we will get the restart here coming out of turn number 4. Brunner and Thomas.
Green, green, green.
Brunner quick to the throttle. And Peter Brees looks like he's going to try to sneak through on the bottom. Going to get right alongside Jesse Thomas, and those two will battle with Reed Rundle tucked in behind him. Rundle's not sure which line to follow. I don't think he wants to get to the outside at all because if he does, someone will stick their nose in under 33 car of Perry. He's working his way to the bottom. He's trying to work by Alan Payne in the 45. Slipped out of 4, gives the spot back away. Still side by side for second. That's what we're watching right here. Peter Brees on the inside. And Jesse Thomas. Thomas got out of the groove. Brees will go wide. Now Thomas got to deal with the 43 of Rundle. Rundle makes it look easy. I think Thomas might have said, hey, I got to get to the bottom. I need to slip into the hole between the 43 and the 45 here. I'll just give the spot away. At least I can start second row in the big feature if I can hang on where I'm at. So, Brunner out in front. He's 0.6 of a second ahead of Peter Brees. And then Brees and Rundle going at it side by side. Rundle gets his nose to the inside in 3 and 4. Lap's going to click off quickly here. Still running in the 14.8 range. Oh, that time Brunner loses the front end and it just goes straight to the fence. So that's going to shake things up in the top 3, 4, 5, 10. Now 15, there's Peter Brees. And Brees. I'm sorry, John Brunner. John Brunner is who I was talking about. Brunner lost the front end, not Brees. Well, he come off that corner. That car did not turn left at all. He has kept it in fence, trying to stay out of everybody's way. And that right there, stopping right there, I think is what brought out the caution. So Peter Brees was able to hang on and maintain the lead. Brees, Rundle, Thomas, Payne, Baker, Perry, Broadwell, Yates, Slow, Wordman, DeMore, Turnmeyer, Lewis, and Boyd. Connor Smith and John Brunner both off track. I'm not sure what happened to Connor Smith in that 98 car. He looks like he's ready to roll back out. But John Brunner crushed the outside wall coming out of turn number 2. And Brunner looks like he is going to end up staying down there on pit road. So we'll double him up. We'll get ready for a restart down here. Peter Brees now the control car on the inside of the front row, and he's got Reed and Rundle to his outside. They waited. Boy, Brees held him down for a second because Rundle looked like he was ready to get at it. Had to check up, and that lets Brees grab the lead. Now Rundle looks like he wants to work the high side. Had the nose there, gets a good run out of 4. He'll pull dead alongside, getting into 1 and 2. Is the outside lane starting to clean up enough? Caution behind Nick Baker. Nick Baker, the 89 car. That is not Nick Baker. I don't know what they're saying. That happened behind. Oh, no, there it is. Yeah, that very well could do it. Little right hooky hook, and around he goes. So rough and tumble here in our 20 lap sprint race. And still Brees, Rundle, Thomas, Payne, and Perry the top 5. These guys just racing for their starting spot in tonight's 40 lap feature, which will come up within a couple of minutes of this race finish. You can see all of the chunks of rubber up on the high side now. When you get the car up in those, there's just no grip. Those little marbles roll around under the tires. The tires can't find good contact patches. Next thing you know, just like the 46 of Brunner, you end up in the outside fence.
Light you back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
Brunner made it back out. With the quick cautions and everything, he made it back to the track with that reset. We'll have a chance to pick up some spots. Back of the field, get in order. Nick Baker will join the very tail end of that inside line. I think we're going green here. That pace truck will go hard left. There he goes. And Peter Brees once again changing up the timing on things. Let's see if Thomas can get there and pressure. Rundle doesn't look like he can. Rundle doesn't want to get down to the very bottom lane, doesn't want to be in the outside lane. Brees really kind of hanging on to things right here. Got 6 to go this time. That time Rundle went way wide, wrecking down the backstretch. Caution. We'll watch the 21, the 16 here. Through turns 1 and 2. Down on the apron, got up. Car looks like maybe it just got a little loose coming up off the bottom. And then the 3 car of DeMore clips that opening in the fence. Turnmeyer got into it. Marvin's not having a good night. So we'll have 5 laps to go when we get back to green. This is the 20-lap sprint race. We started this race with the field 100% inverted from qualifying. And the way they finish here is how they will start in the 40-lap feature race. Little 3/8 mile bull ring is really giving some guys some fits tonight.
All right, man. Like back on the pace car, we're not going green this time. We are not going green.
Car still trying to catch up to the back of the pack. Left front damage for DeMore. Left front damage for Turnmeyer. Oh, Boyd. Let's see if he's got any. I think he went in, got a reset. So his car looks pretty clean. Left front damage on the 89 of Baker. Multiple cars with damage. This time 6 laps going to be left, not 5, 6. Once again, Peter Reese got a pretty good jump off the bottom. Rundle and Perry working the high side. Thomas is still there in the 97 on the inside. Perry started about 11th, is up to 4th. Can he get to 3rd? Looks like he might be able to right here. 4 laps to go this time. Top 2 single file. Now 3rd place clears on the outside. Here comes the 8 car of Jason Yates. He is trying to go to the top side and make some noise and get 4th. As Thomas in the 97 just slowly starting to slide back. Oh, now he's going to slide around and around. And that's not ever good. And when we're watching, man, I don't know. They look like a tiniest bit of contact. It was on the right rear, but that's a very, very difficult call right there. So we'll see how we shake out. I think 3 laps will be left on the board. Brees, Rundle, Perry, Lewis, Payne, Broadwell, Werdeman, Smith, Brunner, Boyd, Baker, Turnmeyer, Slow, Thomas, Yates. I think that's how we're going to line them up. That's exactly how it works. So a little couple lap shootout here to wrap up the sprint race. And we'll get these guys a couple of minutes of practice. We'll try to talk to whoever wins the sprint race here. See what their thoughts are going into the big 40 lapper. Right now the big mover in this thing is Reed Rundle. He just picked up 12 spots to second. He's looking to pick up a 13th. Lucky number 13 and see if he can win this thing. Start on the pole for the 40 lapper. He starts on the pole. It might be difficult for a lot of these guys to get around him tonight. Disappears to the infield. 3 laps remaining. Green flag in the air. Now Rundle's got to make quick work of Brees because Perry is right there. Perry's going to put the nose to the inside. Brees hanging on to the lead. Rundle on the outside, hanging on the second. Perry now moves to the top side, goes back to the bottom in the corner. Lap and a half remaining. Good battle for second here. Brees at the white flag had the lead. Can he hang on to it for 4 more corners? And that side-by-side battle is getting pretty interesting down here. Through 3 and 4, Peter Brees going to win the 20-lap sprint, and it looks like Rundle will hang on. Perry third, Lewis, Payne, Broadwell, Smith, Baker, Boyd, Slope, Turnmeyer, Brunner, Thomas Yates, and DeMore. So that's how they'll line up for your 40-lap feature tonight. We're looking for Mr. Brees, and we're going to see if we can bring him up here and give him the once. Peter Brees, you got a copy. Peter Brees. Hello, Mr. Brees. You got a copy. We can let him be. Well, that's what'd you do? I had somebody in the waiting room right there, and he disappeared. I think that was the 33 car of Andrew Perry that was right there. Let's grab Jeff Werdeman.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. It looked like it was pretty interesting out there on this little 3/8 mile bull ring for that 20-lap sprint. What are we looking at for the feature here, especially out of the 81 car?
What? Considering that last green flag run, it told me I had wheel damage. The fact that I came up through there and finished 6th, I'm going to say that the Gunslinger Whiskey Ford Mustang is pretty tough, and I think that's what it's going to take. Toughness and a little bit of patience as well. This 40-lap part of this event can get a little stressful, but also more stressful on the tires anyway, but also with the people that are frustrated after having a bad sprint. So I think a little patience is the key, especially in this first 10 laps, get everything sorted out, and then saving the tires for the last 10.
Well, you only get that one set of tires, and this place looks like it's pretty tough on tires, because we're seeing a lot of debris up in the tops of the corners, and we've seen a couple of guys move up high, and one, it took off on him and hit the fence. How tough is it to keep it down and stay out of those marbles?
I think I've noticed that in 3 and 4 it seems to be a little tougher than it is in 1 and 2, at least for me anyway. And I don't know if that's just my driving style. And honestly, I'm not sure if the radius and the corners are slightly different on either side. But I definitely noticed that in 4 that the wheels would slip quite a bit. So we'll just hope and pray that we don't find some yellow on the outside when we're all done. Yellow in victory lane, but not yellow on the wall.
All right, man. Well, good luck tonight, and keep the rough side down for us.
And wheels down as well. Thank you, guys.
That was Jeff Werdeman. Andrew Perry, I saw you hanging out in the waiting room, buddy, and I tried to grab you before you took off. But real quick, before you go green here, good charge through the field. You run 3rd. You're going to get to start inside row number 2. Got a chance to win this thing tonight?
Yeah, man, I tell you what, that was a blast. That really was. Car was just driving great. I was really, really happy with that, and we'll see if we can't carry it up 2 more spots.
It looks like they got a couple of toughies in front of you. They got 2 wide there, and there was no real place to go. What are you going to have to do to get by those 2 guys?
I would say bumper tag, but I'm not that kind of guy. I don't know.
You make for terrible television, sir. Terrible television.
Well, I'm just going to have to, just do what I can. Hope they make a mistake.
That's the key to
At
the
this
whole
track,
thing.
you almost got to make a mistake.
Yep. All right, man. We'll jump on the grid. Let's get the racing. Good luck out there. Hopefully we'll chance to talk to you at the end of this thing.
All right, man. Thank you. Talk to you soon, I hope.
Yep. See ya. That was Andrew Perry. We decided to give him a shot since he took the time to come back and chat with us. We know he was getting ready to roll off here. So you're going to see him on the inside of that 2nd row. They're going to line up like this. Peter Brees and Reed Rundle making up row 1. Perry and Lewis in row 2. Alan Payne, Jeff Werdeman. We talked to Jeff. Also, he'll still roll off 6th here. Josh Broadwell, Connor Smith going to be our 4th row. Garrett Boyd and Brandon Sloat in row number 5. Marvin Turnmeyer starting at the back. We'll see if he can do something with the 16 car and get all the way up here. You'll have John Brunner on his outside, and then Jesse Thomas and Jason Yates in that 7th row, in the 8th and final row. Nick Baker and Austin DeMore. Expect to see something out of the 89 car if he can keep that thing out of trouble, because Baker always quick. Hello, Devil. See you over there in the Twitchy. Thanks for joining us. All right, the pace truck getting out of the way. 40 laps for the short track Showdown series. Late model stock cars at Southern National Motorsports Park through turn 2. Peter Brees picking up where he left off, and so is Reed Arundel, as he is working on that high side early in this one. Perry trying to find that mistake he was talking about. I think Arundel's got a good shot on new tires. Maybe going to have to wait. John Brunner, the 46 car, going to have problems here early in this one. Oh, yeah, he got tapped right there. That's a light bump, and he may just be getting away. Yeah. That was all of it, and I think they just threw that caution because he was backing out onto the track, and the leaders were on the front stretch. So Brees picked up where he left off. So did Rundle. Rundle was trying to work him on the high side. I thought Rundle had a pretty good run right as we were getting that caution right there. He might have a chance, lap or two, to clear Brees on the outside on them fresh tires. Perry was looking for the opening back there in third. Lewis, 35 car. Expected to see him at the front. If he can keep that thing clean, we'll probably see a pretty good finish out of him this time. 2 weeks ago was that was just brutal. He just could not stay away from any of the trouble all night long. Payne is in 5th. Werdeman, Broadwell, Boyd, Smith, Turnmeyer's up to 10th. So very little bit of movement. Only a couple of drivers picking up a couple of spots. Most everybody kind of holding their own in that top 7. And you got Brunner and Yates going to the back after the incident that brought out the first caution. All right. Pace truck gonna duck off. We're gonna get back to it. Brees and Arundel. Brees quickly to the throttle. Arundel's getting a push down the front stretch from Lewis. And I think Lewis wants to see. Whoa! Lewis went from the high side to the very bottom right there, and I thought the 35 car was going to get away from him. Now we're going to get single file here. Rundle maybe going to try something different later. Ooh, he brunched the fence coming out of 2. I saw the 98 car dip out back there. Connor Smith. Looked like maybe he brushed the fence out of turn number 2 as well. 35 on the attack. Moves to the inside. On the 33 of Perry. Lewis already trying to make the new tires go somewhere. I don't know, 40 laps here, and we can see the marbles up on the top right there through the corners. Looks like this track is a tire-eating fool, so might want to save a little bit of that. Moving back here as Garrett Boyd has gotten to the inside of Jeff Werdeman. That's going to be for 7th. Werdeman just lets him have it. Too early to fight for 7th place. Looked like he was going to take a peek and get back up in there. Caution this time. Jason Yates is going to crash. That's Yeager. He and Brunner back here again together. And that looked like a little car high. He moved up just a little bit and got in, backs it into the fence. Push the spoiler up in the air just a little more. Maybe I get a little more downforce out of it. Not that I think there's a whole lot of downforce to be gained on a 3/8 mile track, but every little bit helps. Still Brees, Rundle, Perry, Lewis, and Payne, the top 5. Broadwell, Boyd, Werdeman, Turnmeyer, and Thomas now your top 10. So Baker, Smith, DeMore, Runner, and Yates rounding things out. About 20% through this. Still 32 laps to go. one more time around behind the pace truck. All 16 cars still on the track. I'm not sure if Rundle just decided that he was going to try to save some tire, or if Reese just had enough gap and he decided to get in and follow and see if he could force a mistake. But he moved off that high line and closed the door on Perry.
Green flag.
This time Breeze gets another good start. There's plenty of gap there. We'll see what Rundle decides to do. You know Perry's going to stay locked in on the bottom, even with Lewis on the high side. A little wide getting through the corner, and he and Lewis almost made contact. Lewis right down against the right-hand door of the 33 car. Now Rundle looks like he's going to put his nose down in there. Breeze tried to slam the door, but I think Rundle had his nose all the way in there, and Breeze had to yield the lane. Gonna fight hard, Rundle. Big hit to the infield. Oh, then he gets hit again way after. That was Yates. Man, that was a pretty big hit right there. They're racing tight. They're getting really close in the corners, and just on the exit, Rundle thought he had a little more room to come up, and I think Brees wiggled just a little bit and didn't go all the way to the fence. And then Rundle takes the shot. That car smoking heavily, so Reed Rundle's night probably going to end right there. And that'll change things at the front drastically, because Perry is going to probably start on the outside of that front row. That'll make things interesting, because he and Lewis have been battling a little bit on each one of the restarts. And Lewis has tried the outside both times. So we'll see if Lewis can do anything and get up there and stay tight to Brees on the restart. Maybe challenge to get up here on the podium. So Brees, Perry, Lewis, Payne, Boyd now in the top five. Broadwell, Werdeman, Baker, Smith, Slutt, Demore, Thomas, Yates, Turnmeyer. Yeah, Turnmeyer got a piece of that. Nose is caved in on the 16 car. Looks like they're going to pull that right out. That plastic nose piece going to pop right out on the 16 machine. And Martin Turnmeyer going to make his way back off pit road.
All right, man. Light you back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
So they'll get them lined up 2 by 2. Martin Turnmeyer going to have a chance to catch the back of the field here. Things do not look good for the 43 car right now. Looks like that thing is terminal. Brees and Rundle been racing together a long time over, especially on the dirt side. Midwest Dirt Racing.
Green.
A little bit of contact. I'm sure it was just good hard race between the two. As Brees gets us restarted one more time. This time Perry falls in a line. Lewis didn't have a chance to get in there and make a challenge. Garrett Boyd is going to work to the inside of Alan Payne, and he's going to try and take fourth away. Making his debut with the short track series tonight, short track showdown series. He takes fourth away. Payne to fifth. Broadwell still sixth. Here comes Werdeman. Werdeman's trying to look to the inside. Still out front. We got all kinds of company. Perry and Lewis behind. Brunner. 46 car, and I'll tell you what, he and that 8 car, Jason Yates, right together again. We're going to see these two probably need to get the magnets reversed on those cars. Now, not him that time, going to be the 97 of Jesse Thomas. Got into the left rear right there. And Brunner, I'm trying to get it right, get going again. So 15 laps in, and we're working caution number 4. Short track racing, and you're going to have bumps and bruises. Brees, Perry, Lewis, Boyd, and Payne are the top 5. Then Broadwell, Ordeman, Baker, Smith, Slow, DeMore, Yates, Thomas, Turnmeyer, and Brunner tagging things up at 15th. Reed Rundle, our first retiree of the night, and he is all the way back at 16th car, still sitting on pit road. The engine was smoking on it pretty bad when they got it back to pit road. I don't think he's going to be returned. If he does, it's going to be laps down. It's going to be just a salvage. Last restart was pretty interesting because Brees got a good jump and Perry hesitated very little, getting down to the bottom and getting in front of the 35 of Lewis right there, because Lewis was giving him a pretty good challenge on the outside before the Rundle incident 2 cautions ago. Yeah, Rundle already 4 laps down.
All right, man. Like
But
you
back on the
pace
track.
We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
That car heavily damaged, and I mean heavily damaged. Still going to try to salvage some points for the evening. Now showing him 2 laps down. We'll see what timing and scoring after we get back to. There's 3 laps. So he was 4. They gave him a lap. See, I don't know if they're going to give him any more. They're doubled up. Lights are off in the pace truck. So maybe each time they'll try to give him a wave. We'll let timing and scoring get shuffled all the way through. We'll see what it looks like. We're ready for the restart here. 26 laps to go. Brees gets a good one. This time Lewis was on it. And I think you're going to see the 35 of Chase Lewis move into second. That's going to open the door. Perry is going to have to get down if he doesn't want to get Payne in there to the inside, move him up the hill, and he does it down in 3 and 4. So Perry with a rough restart. He'll lose a spot. Lewis wasted no time. He goes right after Peter Brees. We're going to have a new leader in 2 laps from 3rd to 1st. Chase Lewis brings the 35 car to the point. Brees hangs on to 2nd. Now challenged by Perry, and I thought he had room to get down, get in the hole. He does not. He's going to squeeze tight to the door, try to make a little space. Still not enough room to quite get down. There's Perry's in. They're going to hook each other. That's not going to go well. So we saw it. They're tight to each other coming off the corner. Just looks like Brees thought he had room to get down, and Perry had the nose in there, hits the left rear tire, and then that's just a hook. Once the cars get a little unstable, he couldn't get away. Lewis got the lead. Went in consecutive laps, took second, then took the lead away from Brees. Brees still second. Payne, Boyd, Werdeman, Broadwell, Baker, Smith, Sloat, DeMore, Yates, Turnmeyer, Thomas, Brunner, Perry, and Rundle back at the back of the field. We'll see if they give him any more. just going to run it down pit road. Lights still on the pace truck. We may get the one to go right here. Already out. And that car looks a lot better than it did before. He's just going to be the one lap down now. Only car not on the lead lap is the 4301, so they'll double things up. Andrew Perry now restarted. Tail end Charlie, 15th place. Lewis with a good start. He jumps right in front of Breeze. Here comes Garrett Boyd, the 21 car. Going to move himself into a podium spot right here. Expect to see the 21 car go on the attack after the 74. These guys had a pretty good race at Milwaukee a few weeks ago.
All right, man, caution is out.
Caution at the back. Let's see, is it Austin DeMore? Is that who crashed this time? Let's go watch the 3 car. That's the red car on the outside with the black hood right there. He's going to go in. Looks like he's going to try to make it 3 wide. And it was him. He got a car from the outside that moved him down across the nose of Baker's car. I want to say it was the 98 of Connor Smith that came down off the wall. So that's going to shake things a little bit. It should give the 43 car his final wave around. That should put the 43 car back on the lead lap, I think. Looks like he's staying up there getting ready to go. I thought for sure they would have already done that way, but there we go. Now the wave comes. And the 43 car is going to be back on the lead lap. So he's going to get to salvage a lot of points. That car in great shape. Still going to be Chase Lewis. Peter Brees, Garrett Boyd, Josh Broadwell, and Alan Payne, the top 5. Werdeman is 6th. Smith is 7th. Baker is 8th. Turnmeyer is 9th. And Brandon Slow is 10th. Yates, Thomas, Brunner, Perry, DeMore, Rundle, and everybody back on the lead lap. So, going to be about 20 to go, it looks like, when we get the green flag. They should start doubling up for the restart right here. Bull ring proven very tricky this evening. Ooh, big accordion going on in the middle of that pack right there, but the green flag going to come out nonetheless, and Brees had a little better start this time. Oh, going to try to pinch off Boyd, and Boyd gave him a little bit of space right there, made it pretty easy. Now pulls alongside, those two almost touching doors, and Peter Brees going in wide, cutting it down the hill, and he's really taking away the exit line for these guys. You got to keep them pinned in there. You can't let them have a good run off the corner. Boyd not going to give up. It's a good battle for second and third. Meanwhile, Lewis starting to get away from these guys. Boyd can't clear because he's really having to wait on the car because Brees is not giving him an inch on exit. About the most room he's had right there, and Brees is going to use it for momentum. Broadwell sitting back here trying to decide what's going to be the good line, and now Brees is going to clear. He'll get back down to the bottom. He'll go second. Boyd is third. The challenge is going to be for 4th and 5th as Broadwell and Payne will be side by side. The 45 of Payne worked his way down to the bottom, now gives that spot back as Broadwell clears. So the top 5. Single foul contact there between Werdeman and Baker. And Werdeman on the top side, the 81 car, looks like he's going to be the first one to possibly make that outside group work. His teammate, Marvin Turnmeyer, tucked right in behind. Then Brandon Slow right behind that in the 24. Battle starting to shape up back here towards the front. 3rd place being contested. Broadwell took a peek on Boyd. Boyd through the middle. He's got the momentum. He'll clear into 1 and 2. Oh, he was cleared into 1 and 2, and then he's going to get turned around and absolutely crushed by the 8 car of Yates. Way late in this thing, and so that's going to put him upside down. Go back and watch. I didn't know if he was completely clear or not. It looked like he got clear. Getting down here into 1 and 2. It looks like he's clear by just a little ways, but then the 99 makes that run down low, and Boyd didn't quite get there. And the nose got to the left rear fender, so 21 car righted, but on the hook. As we were creeping in, coming to 10 to go that time. So Lewis, Brees, Broadwell, Payne, Baker, Werdeman, Turnmeyer, Slow, Rundle, and Perry are the top 10, and back into the top 10. And he restarted 16th on that last restart. Just got his lap back, so already improved 7 spots. Reed Rundle, then Andrew Perry, Connor Smith, John Brunner, Jesse Thomas, Jason Yates, Garrett Boyd, and Austin Moore. And the last 2 off track, both in the pits. I don't know if Yates or Boyd, is going to be able to get back on. We're going to delay our caution period. Looks like we're going to get everybody in line. We're probably going to go green right here. Lewis with a good start. Brees is going to try to shut the door down here, 1 and 2. You better shut it early because Broadwell, he can get the nose there. He is going to stick it in. Leave him a sliver. Round goes Baker. Werdeman's in it. We're going to watch the 89, the 45, and then right behind that, the 81 car. Baker got down here, got in the corner, in there pretty good. Man, I tell you what, that looked like a little net code to me because it looked like there was a pretty good gap. Reed Rundle took the escape hatch. And I'm waiting to see where he is going to end up because he was completely off track. He just took the escape route and got out of the way. So I'm just waiting to see where this is all going to shake out because they're right in front of the leaders now. Here comes Baker. And Rundle may be moving back through this field. Boyd is showing 1 lap down, but he is right behind the pace truck. Nick Baker. And Baker is shown in first place. I think it's 35 of Lewis that's supposed to be there. Lewis is about the 6th car in line because Boyd is there, Baker, Brunner, Rundle, Smith are all in front of what I think is the first car on the track, the 35 of Chase Lewis.
All right, man. Lights are back on the pace car. We're not going green
back on the
this time.
pace
We are
track.
not
I
going
don't think
green.
any of that is right. I think the field was frozen. And I think all the cars that were in front of the leader.
All right, man. Lights are back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
We're supposed to be behind. I think you're going to see the 21 car of Boyd get back on the lead lap because of this. I think we're going to wait for that pace truck to come around, and you're going to see guys like Connor Smith, Garrett Boyd. Oh, Nick Baker. They are all going to join the back of the field. It's going to take them another lap or two to sort this out, I think.
All right, man. Lights are back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
I want to make sure everybody's got their correct starting position. The field is set the way that it should be. I know our front 2 rows, 3 rows look like they're exactly like they're supposed to be. Behind that, right now it's anybody's guess. Looks like we're going green this time. Pace truck getting out of the way. 9 laps remaining. Flag back in the air. Once again, Lewis with a good start. Brees closed the door on Broadwell, and he's going to hold on to second. Broadwell into that 3rd spot. Perry and Sloat right behind, and they're side by side, and we're going to go around and around again towards the back. I don't know. Is it Jason Yates, the 8 car? He's in about 7th right here. Into the corner, Nick Baker's right there behind. Oh, and Baker, yep, they're giving a little bumpity bump. Then Baker gets turned. Payne gets into the front of him. It's a little rough and tumble here at Southern National. You thought we were in Hickory. And I better watch it because that's where I think we go in 2 weeks is Hickory. So might be a little more difficult. This is caution number 9. We still got 7 laps remaining. We'll let everything cycle through here and we'll give you the lineup. It's Lewis, Brees, Broadwell, Slow, Perry, Thomas, Werdeman, Boyd, Rundle, Brunner, Smith, Yates, Baker, Payne, and then Turnmeyer off track, and so is DeMore. And DeMore, he's been off for a while, the 3 car. Turnmeyer just went off with that last caution. Ready to kick it back to green. Lewis and Brees. And oh, that's a good start for Brees finally. Going to be able to hang side by side, getting into 1 and 2. Can he use the momentum line on the outside and take the spot back? I don't think it's there. I think the tires are a little too old, a little too worn. And Lewis clear. Broadmoor still in the third spot in that side-by-side battle for fourth and fifth between Perry and the 24 of Slow, and Perry going around. We talked to Perry pre-race. We'll see if he got the left side down on the flat down here. Far into the corner. We just kind of turned in late. That'll loosen the car up pretty quick, and then here comes the 98, excuse me, of Connor Smith. And he got into him a little late right there. Both drivers going to get the cars away. So the action pretty rough and tumble this evening here. Going to be the wave lap, 5 laps to go. We get back to the green flag. We're going to let everybody get doubled up. I think everybody's where they're supposed to be. 14 of our 16 still on track. We'll see if Reese can get another good start. Not quite as good this time. I think Lewis is going to have it cleared. I wanted to watch and see if Brandon Slow was able to pull alongside Broadwell like he did Perry. Reese with a tick of the fence out of 2. Broadwell right in behind. Going to have the spot, but I don't think the 24 is going to give up on the high line just yet. Here comes the 21 of Boyd back in the mix. Remember, that car was on its lid earlier. There goes one that was Brunner, it looks like, going into the inside wall back there. We're going to have the caution for that. 6 of Brunner down here, and that's Nick Baker in front, and 8 of Yates on the outside, and Yates down off the wall. Brunner was up there in that middle lane. So not enough time for any spots to really change hands. The only ones that really changed was Garrett Boyd. He picked up a spot there real quickly. He's got himself in the top 5 now. Looks like we're going to be down to 4 to go. Like those laps gonna hold right there. 3 laps remaining in this one as we go double file for the final. Fingers crossed. Restart. Reese was alongside, thought he had it timed up, burped the throttle. That ain't gonna work out, and he's gonna get a shot because Lewis got loose on the restart on old tires. Going to be shown 2 laps to go this time by. Car into the outside wall. Peter Brees going across the nose. And I don't know. We're going to go back first and we're going to look at Jeff Werdeman, because Werdeman is the first one. And then we'll go back and watch Peter Brees. Werdeman, car's a little out of shape. He's really on the old tires. Down here. Comes down. It looks like he got a little help as Smith got the rear end of the car to go up the hill, and Werdeman's going to go into the pits. But then Peter Brees on the same lap in the battle. Broadmoor's got the nose there. Brees trying to keep him down, gets the car loose out before it goes across the post. That is going to hook Broadmoor up, and a whole lot is going on after that. Brees and Broadmoor getting their spots back because the incident was for Waterman. We're already back to green as they are doing it short here, trying to get it finished. Two to go. We're going to get a white flag this time coming out of turn number 4. Next flag should end this one. Battle right here. This is third and fourth as Lewis and Brees are 1-2. Broadwell trying to hang on. Boyd is there, so is Brandon Slow. Checkered flag in the air. Lewis wins it. Brees and Broadwell going to finish on our podium. Boyd and Slow 4 and 5. And hello, West Whitfield. So we're going to talk to our guys. Top 3 coming in right here. We'll wait and see if Mr. Broadwell makes his way in. We'll put Mr. Brees in the waiting room. Oh, where's Mr. Lewis? We're going to wait. There's Broadwell. Let's get him in here and get ready to chat with Josh Broadwell. Hopefully we'll get that 35 car Chase Lewis in here as well. So, Josh Broadwell, you got a copy?
Oh, man, that was a wild race.
I was just getting ready to say there's very few straight spots left on the 99 car. It looked like it got used up pretty good, but you come home with a podium. Tell us about that 40-lap feature.
Man, this is my first time ever getting a podium in a league race, and oh, man, it was fun. Car felt like it was just on a rail. Just felt like it was getting in there.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of guys, maybe we want to call it unwilling, but we are going to say not as free with giving a lot of room, a lot of pinching going on out there, and a lot of contact being made, especially there the last couple of laps, and you and Peter Brees kind of getting together, both of you getting your spots back. Kind of got lucky on that one.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what was going on there, but it told me to get back up to third, and I was like, well, I'm going to do what it says to do.
Yeah, so you're going to pick up a podium tonight here. We're going to go to what I thought we would look like in 2 weeks at Hickory. What do you expect to happen there? Because that's a whole lot shorter, and it's got less banking.
I'm pretty good with these short tracks. I haven't had a lot of experience at Hickory, but I definitely have some laps around Southern National, so I definitely felt pretty confident coming into this one.
Well, a great run tonight, man. Give some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you celebrate a hard-earned podium finish tonight.
Oh, yeah. I want to thank Satco Trucking and Mincy's Graphics, two of my good buddies. Also want to thank Wesley. He was helping me in my ear a little bit tonight, and just had a good run. Appreciate it, everybody.
All right, man. Congrats again, and we'll look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. Josh Broadwell finished third tonight. Let's get Peter Brees in here. Uh-oh, that didn't go like it was supposed to. There we go. That's better. Peter Brees.
How's it going there, sir?
Tried to talk to you in between races there because you picked up the win in the sprint, and I wanted to ask you what your thoughts were coming into the feature. But it looked like same old because you were out front for most of it, and then you really had to work to try to stay in that second spot the last few laps, man. Tell us about the 40-lapper.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get much practice at all the last few weeks here because I was actually off in Yellowstone National Park out in Montana and stuff there. So I just hopped in the seat today and got some practice laps. Car felt pretty good. Just tried to keep it as smooth as I could and held it together.
Well, you and your teammate battled early and then close quarters racing, and Reed ended up on the short end of that deal. Did you guys have much to say to each other afterwards?
Not really, because he was behind me. I didn't know exactly what happened. I knew he was under me, and I was trying to give him room there. And then whatever happened, we just were going for the same piece of real estate at the same time, and it was just enough to make him spin. I apologize if that one was my fault. I wasn't sure because it felt like he kind of clipped me a little bit, and then I don't know if he lifted or what happened, and then it just kind of spun after that.
It looked like it got a little rough, especially towards the end up at the front, and you were fortunate to get a spot back there for that last restart.
Yeah, I was actually just talking to Chase about the same thing. I think I think what happened is something maybe happened farther back in the pack, and the yellow was just coming out as I was spinning. So I was luckily, I didn't get the car to a complete stop. I kept her rolled around and kept her going, and that didn't put me to the back, so I got lucky there.
Well, an awesome run, man. Second place here tonight. Give us some shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you get out of here.
First and foremost, I always got to thank the wife, because she's the one that allows me to go and have fun with you guys every week. Wabam Detailing Products, www.getwabam.com. Some of the best stuff out there. Garrett Boyd, I was talking to you the other week, and he loves the stuff. Scrub It Up Car Wash and Oil Change. Obviously, with Marvin running the series and Reed running the other one, we're running everything pretty close together as far as rules and stuff like that. So everybody's always putting on a good show. Just hopefully we can get some less cautions next time.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here on Sunday night.
Sounds good. Thanks for the broadcast again, Roger.
All right, Peter Brees finishing second this evening. And we'll drag him in here. We've been waiting for him to break through. He's had some luck with a podium run here or there. 35 car looked pretty strong tonight. Chase Lewis, you picking up the win tonight, man. What do you got to say?
Yes, sir. Tough race. Just strong. I knew I was just going to have to ride for the first 20 and conserve, to be honest with you.
Well, you got to restart. You finally got to get to the inside, and you made pretty short work. You took care of Perry pretty quick, and you wasted no time getting after Brees. And after that, there was very little in the way of challenges. You were getting some pretty good restarts. What was the difference? You saved enough tires for that?
I did. Honestly, man, you just got to get to the bottom here. The top side's sometimes dominant, but it's only when in the longer runs where you can get the jump on the outside. And the bottom is just more dominant when you got newer tires. So I knew I was going to have to run the bottom to get around those guys.
We had quite a few cautions this evening, and usually that will mess with a driver's rhythm. After 11 cautions, just glad to get this one in the books. How was your rhythm on the restarts? Because Brees got you timed up at least once.
Yeah, he got me timed up right there at the end right there. I missed the gear. I was starting in third. I wasn't thinking, I was just ready to get the race over with, which I shouldn't have been. I should have just stayed in my rhythm as I was and started off in third gear, not thinking, and he just followed me down into one. I knew I could beat him out off the corner because I knew I saved my tires more than anybody else.
Well, an awesome run. You're going to pick up the win tonight. Short track here, and we're going to an even shorter one with no banking at Hickory in a couple of weeks. And we thought the rough and tumble was going to be saved for that race. What do you expect when we get there in 2 weeks' time?
To be honest with you, I expect it to be a dominant show for me because I love Hickory. To be honest with you, I love Hickory.
You heard it, folks. He called his shot already. A dominant performance coming from the 35 in 2 weeks at Hickory. Well, give us some shout-outs and thank yous, and we'll let you go start preparing for that race.
Yeah. First off, I'd like to thank Hammocky Race Cars, Ed Pallet World, Romney Speed Shop, Ronnie Rocket Designs, Bummy Built, MPI Steering Wheels, Pro Fabrications, Butler Built Performance Seats, and Flow Masters, and then SRI Performance and Nitro Manufacturing. And my spotter / crew chief, Riley Timmons. Can't thank him enough for calling the shots for me up there.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on the win, and we will look forward to seeing you the next time out.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Chase Lewis picking up the win this evening, and you heard it, folks. He called his shot. I think you got to expect something extraordinary out of the 35 car. We get to Hickory in a couple of weeks here. All right, let's look at our results. Lewis, Brees, and Broadwell, 1, 2, 3. Boyd, after being on his lid with about 12 or 15 to go there, he recovers to a fourth-place finish. Brandon Slow in fifth. Jesse Thomas, sixth. Nick Baker, seventh. Andrew Perry, good recovery for him. Late race spin put him way at the back with under 10 to go, and he recovers all the way to eighth. Jason Yates in the ninth spot. Reed Rundle, 10th. Alan Payne in 11th. 12th to Connor Smith. John Brunner, 13th. 14th, Jeff Werdeman. Marvin Turnmeyer in 15th, and Austin DeMore in the 16th and final spot. So, good field of cars. Couple of really good races. Some cautions. You're going to expect that when you go to short tracks, especially these tight little bull rings like this. Not a lot of racing room, and guys are going to try to take as much of it as they can. Hickory will be interesting in a couple of weeks, so make sure that you mark your calendars, tune back in 2 Tuesdays from tonight, which should be the 27th, I believe it is. But Thursday night, about 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern, pretty good chance we are going to take a look at covering the Netcode Esports Mighty Midget Series. Those guys on an every other week schedule, and this is their week. Nothing else to do. You never know. I may jump in and have some fun DRN style over the Digital Sim Sports Network. And then Sunday night, MARS Touring Series back on track. The same cars back again. Those guys on an every other Sunday schedule as well, so they are back in action. Then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week, the 19th, 20th, and 21st, DSRL King of the Wing Week. It starts off with the King of the Wing kickoff and Tim Sims Front Row Challenge, 305 wing sprint cars at Lima Land Motorsports Park. They will turn around on Tuesday nights, head for Lucas Oil Speedway, and do 360 wing sprint cars with an ASCS style show. And then on Wednesday, the big show, the 5th annual Jason Johnson Memorial. A lot going on that Wednesday night. Pre-race interviews with a lot of celebrities. And you might want to tune in. There may be some fan giveaways as well as the driver giveaways. So make sure you check that all out. If you want any more information, Dirt Slingers Racing League. Jump over there if you want to register. All the posts are there. Go to the individual links and sign up for your show. Otherwise, make sure you know what time the show is. Come and tune in with us. Zach Krieger will be on the Monday night show, and then he'll join K.R. Stolfus for Tuesday and Wednesday nights. Should be a fun week next week, but a couple of races in between now and then, so keep paying attention. Follow us over on Facebook. Like, share, and follow, that is. And then subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. Want to know every time we go live. I want to say thank you to everybody that hung around, guys. Without you, there's no reason to do this. Without all the great leagues giving us all this racing, there's nothing for us to cover. So I want to thank everybody for giving us the opportunity and your attention for the evening, guys. Make sure you love everyone. Keep the rough side.